right, now to give us more insights into this, we are joined in this broadcast by Mr. Reza Hatami, who's a political commentator. Mr. Hatami, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on WION. And let me in fact start off by asking you this. This is what the head of the US Strategic Command, General Anthony Cotton, is claiming, that Iran can produce a nuclear weapon in a span of weeks. And due to its work on space launch vehicles, Tehran can also reduce the timeline to produce an intercontinental ballistic missile. Now, this is the kind of rhetoric that we've heard a lot by the Americans in the past. How does Iran, respond to this statement, which is made repeatedly by the Americans, that Iran is very close to making a nuclear weapon?
Yeah, thanks for having me. In the introduction, you also mentioned that the chief of U.S. intelligence has said that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon. This is something that Iran has said for the past 2 decades or so. Iran has long maintained that it is not pursuing a nuclear weapon. Iran also mentions a religious edict or fatwa by Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who has the final say over all key state issues, that stockpiling and producing nuclear weapons is religiously forbidden. So this is the Iranian stance for the past 2 decades, and Iran says that it maintains this position as of now. And at the moment, Iran is a member of the NPT, the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, and also has close cooperation with the IAEA, the UN nuclear watchdog. So all indications point to this fact that Iran is not pursuing a nuclear weapons is not pursuing nuclear weapons at the moment. And yes, Iran is enriching uranium at high levels. It has stockpiled a high amount of uranium. It is now enriching uranium to up to 60%. But Iran says this is in retaliation for US sanctions, for Western sanctions. And at the same time, it says that it needs this enriched uranium only for peaceful purposes. So Iranian stance has not changed as of yet.
Right.
But we have heard comments from Iranian officials that if Western countries apply a snapback mechanism within the JCPOA, the 2015 nuclear deal, then Iran could potentially revise its nuclear doctrine.
Interesting. Now, you mentioned about the religious edict that has been given by Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, forbidding Iran from developing nuclear weapons, on the premise that nuclear weapons, of course, result in indiscriminate killing. So there is a fatwa which bans effectively Iran developing its own nuclear weapons. But looking as to how things have evolved in West Asia, the war on the Gaza Strip, and also the American campaign of bombing the Houthis, a lot of people, in fact, say that what is happening at this moment is probably a push to try and draw Iran into a much larger regional war. And this could push the Iranians to relook at their nuclear doctrine and may push the Iranians to develop a nuclear weapon. Do you think that's a possibility that could happen?
Well, at the moment, the united stance by Iran is that it will not pursue a nuclear weapon. This is as of now. But as I was saying, there is talk that Iran could potentially, then this is not for certain, could potentially revise its nuclear doctrine if a snapback mechanism within the JCPOA, this is the 2015 nuclear deal that expires in October, if Western countries try to ignite the trigger that mechanism and reinstate all UN sanctions on Iran, then Iran could potentially revise its position. Also, if Israel or the United States, or both of them, attack Iran's nuclear facilities, then this is up for discussion for Iran, for considering that whether to revise its nuclear doctrine or not. But at the moment, Iran sticks to its long-held position that it will not pursue a nuclear weapon.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us with that perspective. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.